Chuki beat.
Yes, Liam.
Hello, mate.
How you doing, mate?
Good.
You been waiting too long, have you?
No.
Gotta get that acting on now, Liam.
Yeah.
So you're Liam, you've got
Yeah,
your own...
I'm Liam. I own the CazuLLUK YouTube channel.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably watching this video will know me from YouTube, either
Yeah.
through my car or through various Facebook groups to do with BMWs.
Yeah.
Mainly the F30 range. It's an F30 335i.
Yeah.
2014 automatic, stage 1 remap, M performance exhaust, and almost everything exterior changed or modded.
Wow.
And interior, there's not a single thing that hasn't got
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
so
And sorry, what is it lowered by? Because
it's on Eibach Pro springs, so from what I know on M Sport suspension, it lowers it by around 25-30 mil.
25, 30 mil, yeah.
Obviously if you put them on X drive you get the same kind of drop, but the car sits high, but this is obviously rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
So it does actually sit quite low. Speed bumps are a bit of an issue, but not a major issue.
Because I noticed you've got the lip as well. And
Yeah.
So
Underneath it's totally scratched.
Yeah.
Totally gone. But
so what's the actual tune that you have on the 335i?
it's just a stage 1 remap.
Do you know what company? Is it just a
Yeah,
little
TCM
module,
tuning in Portsmouth.
Okay.
It's from what the figures said, it was a 365 brake and 525 torque NM, obviously, and then it's got a intake on it, but some people say it doesn't really change much BHP, but some people say it adds 10-15. Sounds brilliant. M performance exhaust kind of made it for me how the car should sound as stock.
Yeah.
And the intake.
Oh, so you got the full M performance exhaust as well, yeah?
Obviously on these cars it's just the back box, whereas the new 440i and all that kind of stuff, the 340i is the whole system front to back.
And you got the what are they, the little like sort of lids? Lids.
So carbon, they're proper carbon. Yeah, not expensive, but just a subtle mod if you like, just to kind of black it out some more, especially with a black car. It feeds in nicely from the paint to the eyelids to the lights.
What about the interior? I noticed you've got the M performance wheels.
Literally everything in the interior that was standard has kind of now gone or changed. Race wheel with the LED display, M performance mats, M performance pedals.
Wow, it's really stunning.
All the kind of dash pieces, centre pieces, that's all been changed to Alcantara and the M performance interior. It's got the X5 screen as well, so
oh wow,
so the larger screen.
Fully spec'd up in here, isn't it? Jeez, beautiful. Let's have a look at these carbon tips quick as well. So you got the you've changed the rear lights as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so these are the M performance. They class them as the black line lights, but to me they're not really black line. To me they're just M performance. It's because obviously the casing inside is like to me it's like a grey, but people call it black. On a black car it kind of works, molds in. Same on mineral grey, they look good, but I think on lighter colours they maybe don't. Carbon tips on the M performance exhaust, and then obviously number plate holders, black badges all around, so black on the boot badge, black on the wheels. So there's a couple of things I've done under the bonnet of here. First thing was the engine cover.
Okay.
I changed out the standard one which said twin turbo on it.
All right.
Put in the performance cover. So basically this comes standard on the pre-LCI 1 and 2 series.
All right.
With the M55 engine. So I actually bought a cover off a seller up north for like 60 quid. And then obviously the intake. I got sent this by a company in America, Berger Motorsports.
Oh, no way.
To install my car. It is literally a straight swap, obviously, but the only thing you do have to change on it is you've got to take off obviously the old box to allow for the new intake to sit in place. But it literally, as far as the MAF sensor, and I think it's the air sensor or something like that, or something like that, you can literally just unplug and put them straight back in.
So you gonna let me have a little drive, Liam?
Yeah. See if you can beat my incredible MPG of 14.
14. I'm sure it's not gonna be worse than that thing over there.
Yeah.
Right, so guys, let's jump in the 335i and see how it copes.
Depends if you put it in sports auto, the lower gears it just wants to move to the next gear, because the car wants to try and be efficient. Yeah. But you put it into manual and it will hang to around the 7 mark. Yeah. But I mean, what more do you?
No, you can feel that it's definitely very quick. Yeah. It's definitely a very quick car. Sorry, the tune that you've got in it, is it actually ECU remap or is it a module?
No, like it's ECU remap. Yeah, okay. Stage 1. Yeah.
That sat nav there is massive, like you're saying as well. It's almost like you've got a widescreen TV.
Because my 320D, I came from obviously business nav, which it's nothing really much bigger than an iPhone 6 Plus screen.
Yeah.
And then I changed that out for the Pro Nav in my old 320, and I then put that same screen in my 320. Okay. So I went through 2 different stages. Yeah. Obviously, when I got this car, I had Pro Nav as standard, but to me, the 9-inch screen at the time of getting it felt tiny, so I just needed to get that straight back in there.
What is it you drove before this then? So, like, you know, why did you buy the 335i? You had the 320D before.
So I did everything for the 320 that I could buy. Almost the same car, if you used to look at it, very similar.
Yeah, of course.
I'd done all that, and I was just like, I've got no power. Like, I have got power. The 320D.
You had a tune on that, didn't you? As well?
Yeah, stage 1, so it's still a very capable car.
But really talky.
I was like, I had these dual exhausts, I had the steering wheel with lights on, but I had no sound.
Okay.
And then I was like, I've just got to change.
So you just went straight
335i. Yeah, I had a few.
And what was the difference straight away, like when you got in it for the first time? Performance.
Different animal.
Night and day.
Night and day. Almost to the point was I called it the license loser. That was his nickname, because to me it was a different beast. And all of a sudden I felt with my 320 I was in control of the car no matter what. Okay. And with a 335i,
now you can get into trouble. Not braking on time and stuff like that.
That was the thing, and I was still aware of it with this car. But that was it. It was like, although like same car, look at different leagues apart.
You can't beat the sound of the car, you know that. No. This 335i engine though is it's a beauty, man.
And the thing is, the Americans got hold of it and did a lot to it as well.
Yeah. So with your induction, did you notice there was a bit more throttle sensitivity?
A little bit, but I noticed the exhaust was a little bit louder as well. I don't know if it's anything to do with the airflow into the engine maybe, but that's what I initially noticed. But as far as the power increase, torque, it's probably so minimal where the car's just maxed anyway.
Yeah, you're not going to get a massive power, of course not. No. It rides nicely, obviously it's
for a lowered car it's quite pleasant. It's not horrific.
Obviously it's physically lower, so it is going to...
You will hear things like that. But then on the M Sport suspension, you feel floaty. That's what I felt with my 320D. But when I was on M Sport suspension, and I put ACS on, there's a motorway back near Portsmouth, and you kind of go over like a ridge. Okay. And the car to me felt unsafe at high speeds. Whereas when I put the ACS springs on, the car felt planted, so I could go over the bump with my foot to the floor.
And you've got spacers as well, Yeah, so that's because I had spacers and springs put on my F30, and I got the same feeling as well.
12s at the front, 15s at the rear, so ultimately the rear of the car.
So you're wider and lower to the ground.
Yeah,
so
30 mil wider.
You're way more square.
People say, it doesn't make a lot of difference.
No,
30 mil is like, that's like widening your tyres. Yeah. Like, it's a massive difference. I bet you rag it around these roads. I don't know where I'm
these are my roads, This is the BMW, I don't know if you see the Subaru. Where I scraped it was here. I was flying through here.
Everyone's told me to bring a spare pair of pants for you. Fucking hell, mate, you can drive. Jesus.
So you've got MDM as well. Let me put it in. That's not that's dynamic traction.
Yeah, so Sport Plus is just gives you the dynamic traction, then on hold it in turns
So
off.
your car's going to deal with this little bit down there is what I'm thinking.
Fucking hell. Jeez.
So you don't want to scrape your car.
Fucking hell. You can fucking drive, can't you? Fucking hell. Jesus fucking Christ.
See now, because you've got sport traction on,
Yeah.
you can hear the wheels screeching a bit. It's
Yeah,
allowing
yeah.
us to. Well, the turbo just. I'm not even putting my foot down, and it's just kicking in.
What do you think compared to the F80? Like direct comparison?
Yeah, I'd have to drive it a bit more. I'd definitely have to drive it a bit more, but straight away I can definitely feel that it's not got the precision, but of course it's not gonna have the precision from the wheel, you know?
Yeah.
It does, you know, it still darts around. But the 335i is not trying to be an M3, do you know what I mean? But performance wise, you know, it feels very quick. Definitely not, you know, you got to remember this is what's this running 365.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, so even a stock M3 dyno's at about 440.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're talking 80 bhp difference, and then my one ran 530 apparently.
Yeah.
So you're talking nearly 200 bhp. Of course, the M3 is going to grip more and it's going to be more composed under pressure, but you ain't going to really, like, you know, if someone's driving this properly, because everything I've done in this car so far is took it on the chin.
Yeah.
It's not affected it one bit.
You're an absolute fucking animal, aren't you?
So, I didn't have sport traction on. That's why it wasn't letting me do what I wanted.
It's not the speed of going round, it's the fact you don't ease off when you get to the junction. That's not, fuck me, slow down, you know?
See, what I'm noticing as well, because you haven't got the adaptive suspension, it's like my E92, it sort of pulls you in when you go over like little bits of the road.
Undulation,
Yeah, the
camber.
I don't know why I keep mentioning this adaptive thing, it's in my head for some reason. See, I don't trust your car here only because of the Subaru experience, man.
Jesus Christ. He's probably thinking, he's done me. How do you trust the car?
What do you mean? How do you trust it?
Honestly, I've been in some fast cars, but Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's like, you know, obviously.
You're just learning like the
just knowing
characteristics
the roads,
of.
isn't it? Yeah, no, you know what it is. People have got. I don't know if you're talking about because it's rear wheel drive or because with front wheel drive cars, you can lean on them, like as in, you know, the back's not gonna go.
Yeah.
It's just driving, man. You just gotta drive and drive and drive. Like I didn't feel like then that I was risking anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I suppose
rear wheel drive cars they can hang on better than front wheel and four wheel drive cars in good weather like this. In the wet, forget about it.
Yeah.
I like the effortless of those turbos. It's just even getting out my E92 on my way to you, man. I miss that torque. Look at that. I'm not even putting my foot down, and we're moving. Do you know what I mean? It's probably normal for you.
Yeah, a little bit. But then I've never, like I said, I've never seen anyone to drive a car like that before. So, never in my life.
No.
it's interesting because you see what the car's capable of, you know.
Yeah, no, that's
because I don't push the car that hard.
Yeah, yeah.
And like for you jumping in, you just want to push the boundaries all the time, you know. So it's nice for me to see like what the car really can do. You know?
This can go, mate. Trust me. But yeah, in general, yeah, the car feels wicked. You know, there's nothing to complain about. The handling feels fine. There's no understeer. There's no, you know, I suppose it will oversteer. If it was mine,
yeah,
I'd probably try and kick it out. But
yeah,
it's dealt with everything. It's a brilliant car to drive on the limit. You know, it's definitely not an M3, as in the M3 gives you a different type of feedback from the wheel. You know, this feels definitely a little more numb. You know, that's not a bad thing. Yeah. This is meant to be a comfortable car. It's going to be a much better daily driver, should I say? Yeah. Than the F30. It's definitely very fast.
Yeah.
You got to remember my M3 was tuned.
Yeah.
Apparently 530 brakes, so you know you're talking a 200 bhp difference.
Yeah.
But this is seriously quick.
Yeah.
Seriously quick, more than quick enough. You know, easily losing your license. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so yeah, we'll end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy it, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in the next couple of days. Thanks for watching. Bye.